One guy crowd surfing, he had a bottle of gin in his hand, and he fell down and he hit a girl in the head, and she cracked the head open, and it took about 30 minutes to get her out of the pit.
I'm so outraged that I was even in this. I came here to watch music. I didn't come here to fear for my life because a bunch of psychos started setting tractor trailers on fire and like the propane tanks are exploding. That's ridiculous.
I got this tattoo about Thursday night around 12:30, and I got it here as something to remember it by, and now it should say Woodstock Riot 99 instead of just Woodstock 99.
I don't see how they're ever going to throw anything like this ever again. It's just a lot of people ruined it. It just makes me sad, man.
Welcome to the world of Tales from the Trip.
I'm in the Navy straightening out my life, but I've been doing drugs since I was 17, and no experience stands out like the one I had at Woodstock 99. Now, I was to drive to upstate New York from out in Queens, which ended up being a good 6-hour ordeal. I traveled up to the festival with 2 of my friends and my ex-girlfriend, who I had broken up with 2 days prior. Now, we had a fight on the way up, and I ended up leaving her to fend for herself and went on my way among thousands of people who had already gotten to the pre-festival on that fateful Thursday night in late July. Me and my 2 friends, not having any camping gear, decided to make our first night a memorable one. I had never done acid in my life and had no intention of doing anything of that sort that night. As we walked around, we found a guy selling shrooms and bought an eighth. We split it between the 2 of us by smoking it, no effect on us. After we viewed George Clinton's birthday performance on the center stage, we happened to stumble into a guy traveling around the festival grounds with a suitcase full of all kinds of illicit drugs. After debating for a few minutes, me and my 2 friends, only one of which who had done acid and was experienced with it, decided to take the plunge and do it. The guy, no joke, said he gave me about 5 drops. He gave my friends the same amount, and it dripped down my arm, it was so much. It tasted minty, and after we took it, we just hung around talking to people, chilling out for the night. Now, I didn't think this stuff would do anything, and kept bugging my friends as to how stupid it was, and blah blah blah. Finally, we hung out with these 2 people who smoked us up, and after about 5 minutes of smoking, my mind did a complete backflip, and all of a sudden, I wasn't normal anymore. All I can say was I became uncontrollably insane for the next 15 hours. I do not remember the whole night because I was in and out of sanity, but I do remember some crazy shit I was doing. Now, remember my ex who I left? Well, me and my 2 friends, also tripping their nuts off, were walking around in circles at one point, laughing, and I remember saying, "Where's Jen?" my girlfriend, over and over again, and getting no response. I do not know what precipitated me to say it over and over again. This ranting and raving went on for a good hour, until my experienced LSD friend told me to shut up. Blacking out, I also remember a point at which I was rolling around in the grass, taking off my belt and shirt, and swimming towards a fence at the edge of the grassy area I was in, clinging to the fence and begging to be saved. My friends were watching me bug the fuck out, and I felt like a mere puppet, watching myself squirm and wiggle my contorted body into paranoia and insanity. I also remember that I could barely keep my eyes open because I was so scared of my thoughts and myself. I felt as if the world was being flushed into my conscious through my eyes, literally. Like all the colors and sounds and people talking to me went into my eyes instead of my ears. Constant babbling of nonsense and noise. Only my crazy thoughts made sense. At one point, I told my friends to leave me to die, for I was insane. I gave my friend my car keys, and he poured ice on my head, causing me to think I was an ice machine for a second. Crazy. At the end, all three of us woke up like in those cartoons where they get hit over the head and wake up looking into the sky, which is moving around all blurry and slowly getting clearer as they recover their bearings. All three of us awoke from this crazy night, laying in the middle of a field near some of the stages, and went off to see James Brown perform. Later, my friends would go on to tell me I was going up to people, babbling insane shit to them, and they had to pull me off and calm me down. Hey guys, it's the Trip Keeper here. I really wanted to make this video because I just got done watching Trainwreck. It's a Woodstock 99 documentary miniseries. It's like 3 episodes. I totally recommend it. It's fucking awesome. Just the insanity that took place at this festival, I couldn't imagine. This story wasn't even the worst of it. I mean, you can clearly see by, the footage and what you hear in this documentary. I always knew about how bad it was, but I didn't know the extent of how bad it was. Like, I knew a lot of shit went wrong, but I never really watched a video on it or anything. I just heard about it. So, if you're interested in seeing things fall apart, watch that. They're like almost an hour long each episode, and there's only 3 episodes for each day of the festival. So, yeah, I really recommend it. And if any of my viewers were at that festival and have a drug story or saw someone on drugs, please send it to me. You can actually email that one to me if it's really personal, or upload it to my Reddit where I accept all reports. I would be glad to read it. Trust me, this won't be the last time I'll be reading a Woodstock 99 trip report, unless I can't find any more, of course. But hey, I just thought I'd share this. It just blew me away what the hell happened over there. And if anyone went there, I'm glad you're okay. You didn't die. And yeah, so, all right, we'll see you next time.